Hello everybody and welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena with me, Dark Master, for Dark Master Series Gaming. In this episode we are continuing looking through the meta deck listings that is provided by the untapped.gg website, and in the last few days there is a new contender for fighting for top spot. It's currently ranked second in the top 10 deck listings, and this deck is Naya Humans. I do think that this may even overtake Azorius Soldiers at some point. So we're going to take a look at this deck and we're going to see how it performs and what the strengths are. We're going to do some matchups and see how it gets on in the ladder, and yeah, we'll have our finishing thoughts as well as a deck list in the video description. So without further ado, let's take a look at what's in the deck. We have got the good old hopeful initiate. It's got training, and training means whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, we put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And for 2 and a planes, we can remove 2 +1/+1 counters from among creatures we control, and we can destroy a target artifact or enchantment. Skrelv Defectomite. It's got Toxic 1, and that means a player that's dealt combat damage by a creature with Toxic gets a poison counter equal to that creature's total Toxic value. And it can't block. And for Phyrexia mana or a planes, we can tap, choose a colour. Another target creature we control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that colour until the end of the turn. So this is really good against mono-coloured decks, because we can then just pass over Indestructible, and is it Indestructible? It's Hexproof and protection from that particular colour until the end of the turn, and it can't be blocked by the creatures of that colour, so you can get through with some toxic damage, so that's really good. We've got the Intrepid Adversary. Lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, we can pay 1 in a planes any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many Valor counters on Intrepid Adversary. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Valor counter on an Intrepid Adversary. We've also got our 4 copies of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. It's got First Strike, and non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Bit of a tax for our opponent. We've got Catilda, Dawnheart Prime. Protection from werewolves. Human creatures we control have the ability tap, add 1 mana of any of this creature's colours, and for 4 a forest and a plains, we can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control. We've got Melira, the Living Cure. If you would get 1 or more poison counters, instead you'll get 1 poison counter, and you can't get additional poison counters this turn. Exile Melira, the Living Cure. Choose another target creature or artifact. When it's put into a graveyard this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. We've got what I call the annoying Peacekeeper, because it is annoying, but it is the anointed Peacekeeper. It's got Vigilance, and as Anointed Peacekeeper enters the battlefield, we can look at an opponent's hand, then choose any card name. Spells your opponent cast with the chosen name cost 2 more to cast. Activate abilities of sources with the chosen name cost 2 more to activate, unless they're mana abilities. And we've got the Brutal Cathar. When it enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar, we exile target creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. And at night time, it gets First Strike, an award of Pain 3 life. Now, when it transforms, it changes from a soldier, a human, into a werewolf. So it is not affected by things that will buff up soldiers or humans, so just bear that in mind. We've also got Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Vigilance. Its power is equal to the number of creatures we control. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. We've got Helena and Elena, partners. First strike, reach, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Helena and Helena's power. That creature gains haste until the end of the turn. Sigarda, Champion of Light. Flying and Trample. Humans you control get +1/+1, and it's got the Coven ability. Whenever Sigarda attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a human creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then we're going to the land base. We've got the Aganjo Seat of the Empire. For 2 and a plains, we can discard it, and it deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature we control. We've got plains. We've also got Sokenzan, Crucible of Defiance. The channel cost here is 3 in a mountain. We get to discard it, and it creates 2/1/1 colourless spirit creature tokens. They gain haste until the end of the turn. Also costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature we control. Beseju, Who Endures. The channel cost is 1 and a forest. We get to discard it, and we can destroy a target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a land card with a basic land type, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. We've got the Battlefield Forge, the Brushlands, and the Razorverge Thicket, some of the new fast lands. Plaza of Heroes. So that taps and adds a colourless mana, or it can also tap and add 1 mana of any colour. Spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell. Or we can tap to add 1 mana of any colour among legendary permanents we control. For 3, we can tap and we exile the Plaza of Heroes. Target a legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. And we've got the Secluded Courtyard. It enters the battlefield, we choose a creature type. And tap to add a colourless mana, or we can tap, add 1 mana of any colour, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type, or activate an ability of a creature or creature card of that chosen type. So that is the Naya Humans deck. We're going to jump into the ladder now. We're going to see how it performs. We're just going to be playing the general play section of the game just to see how it fares up, and then we may take it over into the ranked ladder at a later date and see how it performs there. So let's get going. Let's see how the deck performs. Well, not to be overly judgmental about this deck, it's not performing as well as the win rate suggests it should be. Maybe I've just been getting some bad matchups, but or maybe I just can't play, you know. Get that feeling sometimes where no matter what you do, sometimes you know, it just feels like you're set up to fail all the time. Let's see if Thalia can do us any good, that is. Well, I guess this is what we're going to be doing. Using the life ability, target the creature we control, protection from black, and then that doesn't happen. So that's showcasing that ability. Let's go for the annoying Peacekeeper because they're going to have something else that we don't like. What have they got? I think we're going to say Liliana of the Veil for sure. Sheldred's Edict's coming out instead. There we go. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Let's go for the... No, we want the Might. We'll go for the Thalia. Okay, so let's keep the pressure on. Five damage off the bat. Next turn they can do the Liliana. I think it might be a bit too late by then. Come on. Is this another opponent that's going to rope us? No. Another Thalia out. Tax you a little bit more. Is he roping because he knows he's lost and that's the only move he's got left? Hate it when people do that. Yeah, he gives up, he knows he's lost. Let's try this. Start with a fast land first. Razor Verge Thicket. Call it fast land because it's a dual land. But it does not tap unless you've got more than 2 lands in play. Let him waste his cut downs. We'll say human and we will go for Initiate and a Defector Might. Got something to replace the last one. Okay, so it's like that. I'm just going to give up. And I'll take the win. Give this one a try. Yep, that's good. Gonna say hopefully we get another land. Not sure what we're gonna do though. I think we go for this and a Might. Let's get Adeline. Oh, do you know what? We maybe should use this. Is adversary going to be... Yeah, let's go for this. We'll strike for everything next turn. Defend with the intrepid adversary if he attacks. Let's just go for it. Good game. Let's keep this hand. This is going to be a good hand. Got a feeling. If we get a land drop next turn, we can get Helena and Elena out. Not quite there yet. Do make use of the training effect. Wandering Emperor? No, it's not. We'll have another hopeful initiate. And let's just go for it. That's not going to kill that, unfortunately. You've miscalculated there. I'm thinking burn down the house is coming. Oh, it's Fable. Could do with another land ourselves. That'll do, but it's going to come in tapped. Two counters destroy target artifact. I'll tell you what we will do. Is we'll just keep attacking with everything. will have to be a good 2 cards that you get rid of. Are we going to regret not destroying it? We are going to regret. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do then is get rid of that. And then we save Thalia. Helena and Helena. Down to 1. What's next? They're not going to win this, unfortunately. Oh, we've got to depopulate. But it goes for... Oh, it doesn't work the way I thought it was. But they give up. Didn't even give us a chance to strike the final blow. Well, there we go. We had a good run of cards there. I was quite happy with that matchup. That was the first time we've got to use the ability on the Malira Living Cure to save our Thalia in the last match that was. So yeah, it's a good thing to keep at least one creature alive during board wipe situations. Next up we'll take the Adeline, depending on what they bring out. Doesn't look like they're bringing anything out, so we will go for it. Nope, they're just giving up. Fair enough. Go on, let's gamble with this one. Let's have this as our starting hand. We'll go for Plains. I think we'll go for Battlefield Forge next. Get Thalia. Make it a little bit hard for them to get anything on the board. No attacks. Let's just relax for a little bit. We can get Helena and Helena out next turn. I think that's what we're going to plan on doing. Totally fine. We'll leave that for a defence. Stalemate at the moment. Bad move. Bad move. First strike. He didn't think about that. Yeah, ups indeed. Now we Brutal Cathar, you're Brutal Cathar. I mean, he could have... We'll say no because, I mean, he hasn't stuck around, has he, to let us play. Wow, I think we've got every single pain land we could possibly want in our hand. Let's mulligan. That's probably worse, but hey, let's go for it, right? Get rid of an Iron Peacekeeper. Oh, I need the Battlefield Forges again, you know, just to rub it in. I know it's Liliana next, right? So, bye Liliana. We'll go Brushland. Elena and Elena. Sheldred's coming. No, Liliana. We can get rid of the Anointed Peacekeeper now.
You're telling me what you know about the Raven Man.
He's having a good think about it. Nope, decided not to. So what are we going to do? Let's go for this. Nope, gives up. I'm guessing our army's just too immense for them. Right, let's see. What have we got? This is going to be our last match with this deck for this episode. I think we've showcased a decent number of matches. Let's start with this. Get the fast lands out. We'll stick with the Secluded Courtyard next and nominate humans. I think we're up against mono red. Nope. It's an Izzet deck. Let's nominate human. Let's chuck Thalia out there. Okay. Might as well go Plaza of Heroes then. Living Cure and the Defectomite. whatever he does here. Right, so can we not use that? No. Oh well. Next, it's because it's got summoning sickness, I think. Right, yeah, you can defeat that. That's fine. You just waste all your cards on my lovely little army of nothings. We'll say human. We'll go Helena and Helena. You want to play like that? I'll show you how we play. This is how we do it in the 90s, son. Said nice. Thank you. Shame it's a legendary creature, or we could have had 2 out. Wait till he gets a creature out himself and we'll Brutal Cathar it. Right. So let's bring Thalia. Hopeful initiate. Right, who do we want to pump up? Pump up this guy, Thalia. Yeah, let's just go for it. There's no white mana there, so we don't have to be worried about the Wandering Emperor. I think we're heading towards... Oh, nice. Nice. And we will go for another Skrell. I think we'll go for another Brutal Cathar. Or a Brutal Cathar, should I say. Just have a board presence. Everything out there, ready to go for it, basically. I think they're going for Portal to Phyrexia. That's 6 damage. Three life to target the brute with a spell. Let's hope he forgets that. It does warn you when you do target something with a ward cost though. Probably going to have to be another burn down now. Alchemist Gambit. Right. Just going to try and take 2 turns here. Yeah, another turn. Probably lose if he doesn't do it this turn. Right, let's just go for it, see what happens. because we can protect something with the Plaza of Heroes. Oh yeah, 3 life to target that, my friend. Right, he's gonna go for a double cast. Another double cast. Nice. Is he gonna go for the extra turns or something? Oh, you watch what I'm gonna do here. Seriously. He targets the Skrelv. Oh. And it's end turn. What a way to win. We foiled their plan. We came out on top. We chewed bubble gum and kicked butt. Here we are, guys. This is the Naya Humans deck. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode when we took on the standard play ladder. We had some good matches against some good opponents. We also had a long-winded match where we lost against them, but please stick with the video. I hope you stuck with the video and saw that epic win right at the end where we protected our legendary creature with the Plaza of Heroes, the 3 mana ability, and I totally foiled that Izzet deck's strategy. And yeah, wow, we came out on top, and it feels so good when you do something like that. I mean, I'm still buzzing from it, to be fair. Yeah, so I hope that I've showcased this deck quite well for you guys. It really just does depend on what combination of cards that you get in your opening hand. I mean, it always seems to be that if you get a Skrelv in your opening hand, you're going to do quite well. And these Malira the Living Cure, Catilda and Sigarda seem to all work very well with each other to give you the best possible outcome for the deck. The Sigarda gives you the flying, so eventually you can like fly over the top of your opponents. So yeah, tell me what you think in the comments about this deck. I enjoy just having a mess about with it, and at the moment the season's about to flip over into the next month, so there's no point playing the ranked ladder. I don't really have that much time to dedicate on getting to the next tier, so yeah, the standard play is the play of choice. Remember that the deck list is in the video description below if you want to have a look at that for yourself and to craft that for yourself. If you've been playing Arena for quite some time now, you'll find that you have quite a lot of these cards anyway, as you've been opening packs and expanding your own collections. There may only be a few wild cards you need to expend in order to make this deck. And as I say, this deck at the current point of recording is ranked number 2 on the meta listings for the untapped.gg standard meta deck list, so give it a go. You won't be disappointed. You may have a few bad matches, but yeah, there we go. Give me a like and a sub if you've enjoyed the episode, and until next time guys, that's it from me, and I will see you on the flip side.